Have you ever sat back and you're just like, oh my gosh, my business strategy is so freaking complicated? Well, in today's video, we're going to show you 5 steps to simplify your business strategy so you can increase profitability. That's coming up next. Hey, I'm Brian Garcia.
And I'm Mary Nicole Bick. Welcome to Be Adventure Partners, where we help couples escape the box society unjustly tries to keep us in. Turn your idea into an awesome business that you both love so you can start living that life you've always wanted. And if you haven't yet, or you're new to the channel, go ahead, click subscribe, and hit that bell so you can be notified every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday that we come out with fresh content just for you. So when things get complicated in your business, you need to step back and take a bird's eye view. That's number 1. So what happens when things get complicated? Generally, you feel like you're being torn in all kinds of different directions. You're being spread way too thin, and you need to take a look at what's going on in your business. What are all the moving parts? What are the things that you are doing each and every day to move your business forward or not?
Yeah. So whenever it comes to doing a bird's eye view and just looking at your business strategy so that you can simplify things, a lot of times your business strategy gets really, really complicated as time goes on because you start to see new online tools, you start to see new resources, you start to see new platforms, and you start taking on all of these different things that you're like, oh my gosh, this is going to be perfect for my business. I'm going to love it. It's going to, help me with XYZ. It's going to help me, generate more leads coming into my business. It's going to help me increase profitability and increase sales, when in fact, some of those tools may do that. But if you keep on adding onto your plate, then all of a sudden you start to feel under a crunch of some kind. You start to feel like, oh my gosh, my time is being like sucked in every which direction, and I've got no idea what I should actually be doing. That's important to know. So I would say quarterly take a bird's eye view of what are you doing in your business so that you can really see what's happening.
Or anytime things feel messy and complicated and like you feel like you're losing grasp, that would also be a good time to take a bird's eye view.
That leads us to number 2, which is get focused on what is actually important. It takes that bird's eye view to really get a map of the layout of your land. Maybe, consider it like your business strategy, so to speak. There's all sorts of different words you can use for that, but get laser focused on what you're doing. What are your core strategies? What is the core business strategy that you're working with? Because if you're being stretched all over the place, your focus is also getting stretched all over the place. You're not putting your mind into where you're at. And we actually had some experience with this recently because we had too many things going on in our business, and we felt like we were being pulled in all these different directions. Whenever it came to doing tasks in our business, it was super complicated, right?
Yeah. And when you're not focused and you feel like you're being stretched thin, your work doesn't come out as good as you had hoped. And that happens a lot to people. If you're doing something and you feel like your heart's not in it, or you don't feel zesty, or you don't feel focused, chances are you're trying to do too many things at once. You're multitasking. You've got all these things on your plate, and you don't really even know where to begin, where to start. And then when you go to do the things that you really love, like say you're like us and you really love recording videos, but your videos aren't coming out the way that you want, or the blog posts that you're writing aren't coming out the way you want, chances are, if that's a thing that you really love doing, you're being stretched too thin. Your focus isn't there. And that is really detrimental to small businesses.
Think of it as being the jack of all trades and the master of none. Get your focus back and you're going to increase your profitability.
Number 3, eliminate overlap. Where are there things overlapping? When you have all these things piling up on your plate, what can you get rid of? So something that we did recently was we got rid of a whole bunch of software that we were using because finally, we realized after a year that we had all of the tools we needed in one place under one roof with our membership site. So we got rid of a whole bunch of tools we didn't need. And guess what? We saved $7,650. So that was a huge weight off of our shoulder. Other things to eliminate.
Other things to eliminate is overlap in all the areas that you don't need overlap. There's nothing more that kills your profitability in your business than having too much overlap across your systems, across your tools, across your resources, because it is going back to the focus. It's going to divide your focus and it's going to prevent you from being most focused on what it is that you're doing in your business. So look at where your business is and figure out what distinct buckets you have for your business. And you're going to be able to eliminate the overlap of those buckets so that they're not impinging on each other, because the buckets like to stand their own. They like to be like, I'm the bucket of profitability, or I'm the bucket of generating leads, or I'm the bucket of the e-courses and stuff like that. If you've got platforms that are just overlapping, like this platform has funnels and this platform has funnels and pipelines, or this platform has opt-in forms and this one has opt-in forms and this one has opt-in forms and that one has opt-in, like there's all these different overlaps. And then you start thinking, well, which one should I be using right now? It's the overlap that prevents you from being profitable beyond measure because your focus is taken away. Like a lot of this is going to, go towards focus being zapped from us. And let me tell you, as soon as you eliminate all that overlap, the clarity you feel in your life, because now you know what you should be using, because it's simple, because it makes sense, is really going to make you feel good.
Another place there might be overlap is within your tasks. What is a time sucker with the tasks that you do? Are you doing kind of redundant work over and over again? Like with your autoresponder, say that at the bottom, you made a template for your signature and you always type in your signature. That's kind of redundant, especially if it's a long, chunky signature and then you have a PS line that you always use. You want to create a template for something like that. We created templates for our blog posts so that every time we go to a blog post, all we have to do is actually copy paste from a Word document over to our blog template the words that we typed out that make up the blog. We don't have to put in the signature, the little photos, or the opt-ins for our Jumpstart toolkit. We don't have to do any of that because those things are already laid out in a template for us. We weren't always that smart though. We were having our time sucked and our attention and focus spread all over the place when we were manually putting those things in. So look at where there's overlap. Look at where you're doing redundant tasks that you don't need to do every single time. There is always a solution and a way to set up your systems so things are easier. So take a look at that, how you can simplify.
Yeah, so simplifying takes us through observing your personal habits. It's the habits that we have as humans that define who we are. It's the habits that we have in our business that define the direction that our business is going. It's the habits that we do on a consistent basis that define our existence. So if you go and put your energy towards eating junk food, guess what? That's a habit towards eating junk food. If you go into a habit of watching like all these news medias that are just clouding your mind with what leads bleeds and doom and gloom, then that is going to be a habit that you embody. Now, if you infuse your mind with greatness, you latch onto personal development, you read books that are all about building up your mindset, building up yourself personally so that you can become the business owner who can run a really successful business, you're going to become that successful business owner. It's because of the habits that you put in place. So what other habits are there that we do?
So, things that we like to do, first of all, we like to wake up and meditate. We like to journal. We like to eat a healthy breakfast and throughout the day, eating healthy meals. Now, we're not always perfect. And that's actually something that I really want to talk about is sometimes you just need the 80-20 rule. Like 80% of the time, you do really good. 20% of the time, you can have a little room to have cake with your family or splurge and have like maybe a drink or something at a celebration. That's totally fine. But most of the time, you want to choose habits that are in the direction of where you want to go. So, what does your brain tell yourself when you do something that isn't in line with your values or your goals? Well, if you're doing something that is out of line with your values or your goals, you're telling yourself that you're not good enough. You're telling yourself things like, I have no willpower or self-control. And guess what? Those vibrations or that energy leaks into your soul. It leaks into your business and everything that you do. So every time that you make a decision, ask yourself, is this habit, is this behavior in line with where I want to go in my life? And if it's not, that'll give you a moment to be like, do I actually want to eat that cheesecake? Or is this just something that satisfies me right now in this moment? Or is this something that long-term is going to benefit me? Chances are that the long-term things like eating the salad for breakfast or whatever is not going to be like an in this moment satisfying thing. But as you keep doing it and as you practice having the healthy breakfast, as you keep doing that every single day, you're going to want more of that because you're going to start seeing the benefits. You're going to get addicted to the taste of the salad versus the taste of the muffin, right?
Yeah. So it's kind of like going to the gym. Like you go to the gym and you're like, oh, I want 6-pack abs. I want, awesome pecs and deltoids and, I want to be ripped or something. And you go there for a day and you look in the mirror and you're like, oh crap, I'm not ripped yet. And then you're just like, going to the gym doesn't work. Like it just doesn't work. I went to the gym. It just doesn't work. Now, initially, there may be pain involved. There may be sacrifice involved. There may be time involved. There may be an investment, like maybe a gym membership or something that you put yourself into and you go and then you're just like, okay, you know what? I'm going to go for 30 minutes a day. I'm just going to, prove to myself that I can go for 30 minutes or maybe 15 minutes. Like maybe it's not 30 minutes. Maybe it's just 15 minutes, but it's to prove to yourself that you can be consistent with what it is that you're doing. Guess what? As time goes on, you're going to naturally be wanting to go do that. You're going to naturally be like, oh, life just doesn't feel right unless I'm feeling good in myself. Like, how would that make you feel in your life to be physically active? Like, you don't have to be, Muscle and Fitness magazine ripped or anything, but maybe just get in a better shape that gives you more energy. Now, all of a sudden, you're going to be able to go and do more things, go on more adventures, go on more hot dates with your honey, and really live a life that gets you excited. It's the habits that you commit yourself to on an ongoing basis. And it's an ongoing thing that you're going to keep on adopting those habits and really live a really truly enriched life of contribution and just making the most of everything.
Which infuses every aspect of your life and your business. So now that you've taken a look at how you can simplify your business and how you can simplify your life and get into better habits, it is time to commit to a strategy. Commit to a simple business strategy that is congruent and in alignment with where you want to go in your life, with your goals, these big, beautiful goals that you set. What is it that you want? Because what this is going to do is give you more energy, give you more focus, and in long term, it's going to create more profitability for you sooner. So we hope you got lots out of this video. And a quick question, what could you do today to simplify your business so that you can increase your profitability much sooner? Let us know in the comments below. And while you're down there, go ahead, mix and mingle, because this is all about community and surrounding yourself with awesome people who are on the same journey as you.
And if you're new here, go ahead and click subscribe and hit that bell so you're notified every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday that we come out with fresh videos just for you. And click the little I button right up here. And we've got a few videos in there. One is actually talking about how we combined all sorts of different business expenses for our business strategy and made it a lot simpler, which ended up saving us $7,650 over the next year. So go up to the little I and check that out.
And until next time, friends,
Adventure on.
Adventure on.